Hey everybody, I'm making another video. This one's going to be on 3 really good sources of protein on a vegan diet. It's going to be in kind of like an ascending order. First really good source of protein on a vegan diet, obviously, is greens. And this is at the bottom of the list only because for you to get a substantial amount of protein from greens, you have to consume a lot of greens. Like the greens that I'm going to talk about, kale or spinach, they may be really high in protein. Like they may be a lot of the percentage of the food group is high in protein, but in order to get that amount of protein, like a substantial amount of protein, you'd have to eat a lot. So talking about kale is about 16% protein, which is really good. But in order for you to get, say, like 100 grams of protein from kale, you would have to eat a lot of kale. Not to say that you shouldn't eat a lot of kale, because greens are obviously more nutritionally dense, which if you've transitioned to a vegan diet is probably something that's important to you. You're shying away from a diet that is high in protein and things like that to one that's more nutritionally dense and better for you. Kale is the first one. It's a really good source of protein if you're on a vegan diet, or any diet really. It's 16% protein. Spinach. Here's a really interesting fact about spinach. Besides the fact that it's really high in iron, which is something that people say is hard for vegans to get, if you took 100 calories of beef, it would equal to about 10 grams of protein. 100 calories of spinach, now keep in mind that 100 calories of spinach is probably this much spinach, while 100 calories of beef is probably just a tiny amount. Regardless, 100 calories of spinach is 12 grams of protein, which I thought was kind of interesting, because beef, 100 calories is only 10 grams, while spinach, 100 calories is 12. So technically it would beat out meat, although you still would have to eat a lot of spinach. And that's why I put it on the bottom of the list, because even though it does consist of a lot of protein, to get a substantial amount of protein, you have to eat a lot. Next on the list is nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are a really common thing for people to eat on a vegan diet. Some people soak seeds if they're like on a raw food diet. You can eat them. You can eat them raw. When people soak them, they sprout them. That's a whole thing among vegans, is eating sprouted food. It's the idea that when you sprout it, it's a living food, and then when you're eating a living food, it's kind of like bringing life into your body. So I don't know, it's a whole theory, and it's pretty cool to sprout things. But yeah, some really good nuts and seeds are almonds. They're 16.9 grams per 100. 16.9 grams of protein per 100 grams. Brazil nuts, those are 12 grams of protein per about 100 grams per serving. And then pumpkin seeds, which are really popular among vegans, are 29 grams of protein. Those are some of the most popular ones. And then a third on the list, we have beans. And so beans are really, I put these at the top of the list because they're really influential in my diet. I eat hummus a lot, so beans are really important to me. Some really good sources of vegan protein are chickpeas, which are 34 grams of protein per cup. And that's a lot. Think just a cup of that. It's 34 grams of protein. That's pretty good. Black beans are 42 grams per cup. That's pretty good, regardless of whether you're a vegan or not. Chickpeas are obviously what people use in hummus. They're the bean they're called chickpeas, or what's the other word? I can't remember. There's 2 names for it. But black beans, I use those a lot because you can make vegan burgers with it. You can make veggie burgers with black beans. It's like a really popular bean used in making veggie burgers. So yeah, those are just 3 really great sources of protein on a vegan diet. There's obviously other ones like spirulina. That's a really popular source of protein among vegans. I think it's 60% protein, which if you think about it, mother's milk is only like 6 or 7% protein. 6 or 7% protein versus 60. Think about it, because like when you're a baby, you need a lot of protein because protein helps your body develop and everything. And if mother's milk is only 6-7% protein, think about spirulina being 60. That's a substantial difference. That's a big deal. But with spirulina, it's pretty expensive, and to get a substantial, even though it is a large amount of protein, just like leafy greens, you have to eat a substantial amount to get a lot of protein. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with people. I thought that'd be interesting. A lot of people don't think that you can really get protein on a vegan diet. There's a lot of stereotypes about that, and I'm just trying to set the record straight. If you have any questions or anything, please put them in the comments, like, subscribe, yada yada. Thanks for watching my video, everyone. Have a good one.